Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to KREM 2 News at noon. I'm Nicole Hernandez in for Laura Papetti. We are starting with breaking news this afternoon. In just the last 30 minutes, we got the report that says an inland power pole caused the Gray Fire in Medical Lake this summer. The Washington Department of Natural Resources released the report. It says the wires powering an inland power security light sparked during high winds. The wind then blew the sparks onto some grass at the base of a tree on Gray Road. DNR says that is where the fire started. The report says the wires connecting the light were melted and had electrical burning. Someone told DNR that they had actually called Inland Power to tell them the light had been flickering since Inland Power installed it. Now, DNR also gave us all of these new photos that you're seeing here. You can see some of that electrical burning and melting on the wires there. In some of these photos, looks like that is the electrical pole that had that wiring that sparked the fire. And then that grasses that ultimately burned in the beginning of that fire. The Gray Fire in total destroyed 240 homes, 86 outbuildings, and killed 1 person. We will have team coverage on this report tonight on KREM 2 News at 4. I want to switch gears and talk weather because, Thomas, we had some really big fog this morning, but now it looks like it's all just cloud cover. Is it sticking cloudy today?
Yeah, I don't know if it's unfair to say that this feels like it's the most cloudy day I've seen in a while, but that fog, easy come, easy go. It came in quickly at about 7:30, and then by 9:30, it was back to clear here at our South Hills studios. Only one area still seeing a bit of fog, and that is on the Palouse, where the Pullman-Moscow Regional Airport, those cameras look incredibly foggy. But otherwise, that cloud cover has lifted a little bit, but boy, is it gray over my head. And yeah, it is just blanketing a stratus type of cloud coverage all across the inland northwest, but no rain and no snow, save for maybe some small sprinkles over north central Idaho. But temperatures aren't too bad, even with all this cloud cover at currently 40 degrees here in Spokane. Low was no colder than about 37 earlier this morning, so little change to our temperatures. Might eke out 1 or 2 more degrees before the day is through. But yes, those are all cloud icons on the 12-day forecast. Again, a very, very cloudy scene. But we'll start to track some minor rain or morning snow chances for the days to come. We'll have a more detailed look at these next storm systems in a few minutes.
With less than a week until the February special election, a new levy and bond is on the ballot for Spokane Public Schools. Here at KREM 2, we of course bring you more to every story. So our Brandon T. Jones is taking a closer look at what this bond and levy includes.
Yeah, that's right. And for the first time in 6 years, both the bond and levy are included in the same election cycle. The major takeaway is that SPS already has several projects planned if the bond is passed, including right here at Adams Elementary School. So overall, voters will find on their ballots a bond representing $200 million for SPS. With those funds, the district says they will replace Adams and Madison Elementary School. The 2 individual schools are the oldest buildings in the district for the South Hill and for the North Side. Also planned the modernization of both North Central High School and Gary Middle School, and along with those projects, upgrades for Chase Middle School would also be in the works.
And that's what these bond improvement projects are about. It's not about expanding the experience. It's about maintaining what the community has come to expect in their public schools.
And for more context on this bond and levy, we reached out to SPS to identify the pass-fail rate when these items come around on the ballot. Over the last 26 years, voters have passed each bond and levy that has appeared during an election cycle. The bonds are used for major projects. The levies help fund district programs and operations. As for this upcoming election cycle, day of registration and voting ends at 8 p.m. on February 13th. But for now, reporting in Spokane, Brandon T. Jones, KREM 2 News.
So there are actually 35 different levies on the ballot. You heard Brandon just touch on some of them, but let's take a look at some of the other levies you'll see on the ballot as well. Liberty Lake has 2 propositions up for public vote. The first is a proposed 3-year replacement levy. It would grant up to $1.75 million in 2025, $1.85 million in 2026, and just under $2 million in 2027. The levy would be for funding for class size reduction, athletics, and extracurricular activities. And the Meade School District just has 1 levy on the ballot. It also is a 3-year replacement levy. It would give about $29 million in 2025, $30 million in 2026, and $31 million in 2027. The money would be for special education, nurses, and technology support. You can see the full online voters guide on SpokaneCounty.org. That's under the current elections tab is where you want to go for that. Central Valley, Cheney, Deer Lake, and the Medical Lake school districts also all have a levy on this year's special election. You have to submit your ballot by Tuesday, February 13th. And for more information on all of this information, you can text the word VOTE to 509-448-2000, and we'll send you a link to your phone. The NTSB released its first report on the door plug that blew out of an Alaska Airlines plane while it was still in the air. It happened almost exactly 1 month ago now on a Boeing 730 MAX 9 that took off from Portland. The investigation found Boeing had repaired the plug at its Renton factory last year, but crews never reattached the bolts. The report includes a photo that was sent in a text message between Boeing team members showing exactly where those bolts were missing.
It appears that at some point the bolts were installed in this plug and then it was removed, just as some witnesses have suggested, at Boeing's facility, and then reinstalled, perhaps without those bolts.
Boeing says it is adding new inspections for door plug assembly, as well as new signs and protocol for when it's removed and then reinstalled. That's on top of other new quality control procedures. And today, Michael Whitaker, the head of the FAA, is meeting with airline leaders to talk about safety trends. Whitaker testified before a House subcommittee yesterday. He said he'll hold Boeing accountable for the door plug blowout. He said the FAA will not let Boeing make any more 737 MAX 9 jets until they fix the quality control problems. He said he needed more employees, though, to look into those issues.
I think we're going to need more boots on the ground. We're going to need more inspectors. We don't have that many inspectors on the aircraft certification side of the house. So that will be an addition of manpower.
Also said his agency is about halfway through reviewing the manufacturing at Boeing now, and already he knows they need to make changes in how the government oversees the company.